you guys did on Halliburton tonight, holding them to the points.
Yeah, sometimes, probably a combination of him, missing some shots he normally makes, but I thought our guys were tight together and trying to make him work for everything. And, that's what you have to do. We have to fight to win every possession.
How much does working on the offensive end of the floor play into that, making him work? It seemed like you guys were more intentional about trying to get him into action tonight.
No, it's basically the same, but sometimes you have opportunities to attack different ways. But there wasn't a big change offensively.
Tom, how much did Cat set the tone in the first half?
I thought he was very aggressive, and I think that's super important. I think Jalen as well. I thought the first quarter, that set the tone for the game. We got to make sure that we stay aggressive, and we have to stay disciplined. I think staying disciplined and playing with toughness is huge.
Setting the tone. It seemed like right from the very start, Jalen did that in the beginning. Just everybody seemed to play with maybe a little fury that they hadn't shown for 48 minutes before.
Yeah, and like I think it's been a hard-fought series. I said this before. The games have all been real close, one-possession games. So sometimes you look at the end result and you say, like when you're watching the film, play by play, you see that there's a lot of good plays. Obviously, there's plays that are 50-50 plays. They could go either way. Sometimes you don't get them. But to understand, you got to keep going forward and keep fighting and never give in.
Tom, the whole crowd was chanting Landry Shamit's name at the end. What can you say about him and some of the other bench pieces that, DeLon Wright,
Yeah,
Precious?
DeLon, Landry. I thought Precious gave us good minutes. Carl got in foul trouble there. And then, they're fouling Mitch, and Precious has done a really good job, even though he hasn't played. He's put a lot of extra work in before practice, then after practice, and he's kept himself ready. And it hasn't gone unnoticed, so it was huge for us.
Tom, Mitch's numbers didn't jump off the page tonight, but he had the one sequence where he had 2 blocks, a steal, an offensive rebound. Just what did you see in that stretch?
Yeah,
lead to
and
20?
again, just play to your strengths, cover up your weaknesses, be tight together, and everyone function as a group.
Coach, can you talk about the defense that your second unit played tonight, and how important was that, keeping you guys in
Yeah,
the game?
well, I thought it was our entire team. Everyone, they're a very potent offensive team, and everyone has to be tied together and on the same page.
So, Tibbs, I'm sorry, the starting lineup tonight seems to function pretty well. You're talking about how groups function. What did you see that worked?
Yeah, I just mentioned, I thought the aggressiveness of Jalen and Cat to start offensively, and then the group being tied together defensively. Then when the bench came in, they did the same thing, and then we were mixing and matching, and and the foul trouble changed some rotations as well.
Coach, what can you do, especially for Josh, to limit the live ball turnovers, just make things easier for him offensively, so you're not letting them get out in transition?
Yeah, and it's not just him. It's I think the big thing is keeping it simple. The first open man hit him. Oftentimes that intent is good, but we're trying to thread the needle, and we can't do that. But it's not just it's our entire team. And usually we're a low turnover team. We think that a big part of winning is your defense, your rebounding, and keeping your turnovers down. That puts you in position to win, regardless of how you shoot the ball. Some nights you're going to shoot it better than others. Yeah.
Carl, you guys were plus 26 in the paint tonight. Did you come into this game with the intentionality to aggressively attack the paint?
I just came into the game just thinking about being ultra aggressive, and if I get a chance to go downhill or impact the game, I wanted to do that. So tonight was a great night for us, executing our game plan defensively, and it helped us offensively get going a little bit too with those transition points.
Yeah, you've been adamant all year that, your bench puts in the work behind the scenes, and that when given the opportunity to show what they can do, that they would deliver. Just last few games, Landry in the lineup, DeLon in the lineup, their net ratings are obviously positive in their minutes. Just what have you seen from them meeting the moment and just showing up when the team needs them?
I mean, it just talks to the professionalism that they have, to be ready for, their moment. they did a great job of just, every single day we see them working. We see them always being ready for us. So if we ever need them, that they can come in and impact the game. And this series has shown their professionalism. It shows their character. And I hope the whole world and fans recognize it.
Hey, Karl, what did you feel before the game that let you know that you were good to play? With the Knicks?
I looked at the game and it said Game 5, do or die. That was pretty much all I needed to see. Shout out to our medical staff. They gave me a chance to go out there and compete tonight. I'm glad I was able to. We put a lot of hours in trying to get myself ready so I could have a chance, and God was good. I was able to go out there and play.
That's obviously a much better defensive performance than really anyone's had against them in this whole playoff.
Yeah.
Do you think what you guys are able to do today is something you can keep on doing against that team?
We have to. We have to. It's we have no more room for error. It's our backs are against the wall, and it's every game is do or die. So we don't bring that energy, we don't bring that execution. Our season will be over.
Kat, I know. I'm sorry, I don't have the mic. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Kat,
I have the mic.
you guys were in the same exact position towards the end of this game as you were in game 1. You're up 14 with under 3 minutes left. This time, you guys don't let them get that second life.
Yeah, it was getting spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, was that something you learned about game 1 that kind of like you guys had
Yeah,
to apply that sense of urgency?
Yeah, I think that anyone who says they didn't, is lying. We understood that, you're looking at the game, it went from a 16-point game, or now it's 18, and now it's a 12-point game. We go all timeout. You understand you got to get one. You can't let them. We didn't want to give them life, and with that team being so good and they played so well this series, you want to execute at a high level, and I think we did a great job of just understanding the situation, getting a good offensive possession, getting some good defensive possessions, putting ourselves right back in a space that we didn't do, like you said, in game 1.
Karl, I know each game is different, but game 4, you guys gave up 43 first quarter points. Tonight, you only gave up 23. What does it take for you guys, and when do you feel as though defensively you have it clicking? Because you got it clicking pretty early tonight.
I think for us, it was. I think in this series we haven't lacked scoring. It's been more about us not stopping them from scoring, and I thought we did a great job tonight of up in the pressure, making sure that we make it more difficult for them to get those open looks and get those shots that they got comfortable last game with and the series with. And it's a testament to our team answering the call. Understanding that we have to be better, we have to execute at a higher level, and I think that tonight we did that. But we're going to have to even be better next game if we expect to have our season continue.
Karl, when you see Jalen right out of the bat and first three baskets and then two back-to-back threes and is kind of waving at the crowd 6 minutes in and that you're up 10 already.
For sure.
Just kind of what you saw from him at the start to set a tone.
He was cooking. That's what I saw. I saw him cooking. Just when he's playing like that and he's hitting shots, obviously energizes everyone. But you understand, especially when you're getting points at that kind of rate, you gotta stop. You gotta get some stops, and you don't ever want to be trading 2s with 2s, 3s with 3s. You want to be able to get some stops while Cap is on that kind of burner. When he's on burner. So we did a great job of just executing, holding them to 23 points in the first quarter, something that we did not do well the last game. And again, it's a testament to these guys. After a tough last game, coming back to the drawing board and understanding the situation, playing with that desperation.
Karl, when we sat with you in Indy a couple days ago, you were sitting next to Jalen when he took a question about the way he's been hunted and kind of targeted defensively, and he said, "I've got to be better." And right after he said that, you said, "We all do as a team collectively. We've got to do that. It's not just one person to stop Tyrese." But how would you respond to the way that he took the challenge tonight and the level of pride that's involved in trying to stop someone like Tyrese and limiting him to the game that he had to?
Obviously he did an amazing job, and that's something that Cap always does. He always answers to the call. He answers the call every time. So, like I said, it's not just a him thing; it's all of us. It's a team. We win as a team, we lose as a team. I'm never going to allow Cap. You know, he does so much for us, and we ask so much out of him every game. You know that he's never going to go out there and take all the blame. We all do. You know, we're brothers. We're family. And family and brothers never let someone go out there and you know, take all the blame. You know, we all got to be willing to lose together and win together.
Kind of going back to DeLon and Landry, you know, Indiana obviously plays 10, 11 players, and they play really fast. You guys, up until recently, had a significantly shorter rotation. I'm just wondering, when you add 2 new players to the rotation, just how do you guys feel that in terms of the pace of the play and in terms of the way that Indiana plays? Like, how much of a boost does that give you, just the new bodies in the rotation?
I mean, man, Landry, he sees every game we're playing it recently. He gets a big charge, and Deuce has been great, and you know, DeLon's been awesome, and I think everyone on the team is just continuously ready for their moment. And even the guys who don't play and haven't got a minute in these last 2 games, what they bring to our bench and the life they bring to our team, it can't be understated, and it can't be undervalued. You know, 1 through 15, everyone's doing an amazing job of wanting to win and being there for each other. So this team's special. This team is special, and you know, with the series, we haven't been able to close out games the way we wanted to. We haven't been able to show how special we are. We've had, you know, moments of brilliance, but we haven't had games of brilliance. And I think tonight was a good testament to, you know, when we're locked in playing 48 minutes, you know, we could show the world how special we really are.
Jalen, you guys obviously got off to a slow start in Game 4. Just what did you see was the difference coming out of the gate today to hold them from 43 points in the first quarter of Game 4 to whatever it was, 23 today?
Yeah, just happy the way we responded, honestly. And yeah, we came out and we had some energy in the way we played, and just very proud of what we did. And we just got to replicate it in the first quarter of next game, and then continue to build on that.
Jalen, as you mentioned, you guys were very forceful and physical defensively, but even offensively, I think you had 21 shots in the restricted area in the first half. Was that kind of a point of emphasis, or is that just what the game was giving you guys in that moment?
It's a little bit of both. It's something that we do as a team, and we were just able to get down there and convert. And if they collapsed, we were kicking out and just trying to make the right play at the right time. Just reading each other.
Jalen, I know last game you talked about wanting to be better defensively. I'm curious, as competitive as you are, when a team kind of is consistently running those pick and rolls at you, how does that affect you? How do you respond to that as a competitor? Not necessarily like with your actions, but emotionally, mentally, how do you respond to that?
Emotionally?
Mentally.
It's their game plan. They're going to try and do their game plan as best they can, and we're going to try to do ours the best we can.
Hey, I mean, the way he played the other night, the kind of game he had, obviously you didn't have a bad game or anything like that, but did you say, okay, if he's going to do that, I have to pick up my level too, because, you know, we need to be better all the way around. It starts with me.
I mean, not necessarily like just because of the way he played. He played phenomenal in Game 4. I mean, I assume you're talking about Tyrese.
Yes.
Okay. But he played phenomenal in Game 4, and I mean, our backs against the wall, and so I wasn't thinking I need to play better than him. I was just thinking I need to help my team win, and that's my mindset every time I'm on the court, just helping my team win.
Jalen, we always talk about the last 5 minutes of the clutch player award. Today, first 5 minutes of the game, 12 points, back-to-back threes, first 3 baskets of the game. Was there an intent here to set a tone early for your team?
Yeah, set a tone for sure, but it wasn't necessarily through putting the ball in the basket. I mean, that happened, but just trying to just make sure that we're all on the same page, we're all ready to go, and just trying to give everybody energy. And yeah, I mean, our back's against the wall, so I mean, we gotta give everything we got.
Jalen, what's the message now in the locker room as you head into Game 6, down 3-2 for your team?
Just focusing on tomorrow, watching film, getting better, and then being ready to go in Indiana. As soon as the ball is tossed up in the air, gotta be ready to go. That's our mindset. That's our mentality right now.
Okay, Jalen, Kat was in here, he was talking about, over here, that he felt that the execution and the game plan on Halliburton was tighter tonight. Just wondering, what did you feel in terms of what went better tonight for in terms of getting in his gaps, shutting him down?
Yeah, I feel like we picked up our intensity a little bit. Obviously, I think we paid attention to detail better as a team, and the little things go a long way. And so, and we pay attention to the minute things and things that just don't seem like a huge deal, and they really do help.
Jalen, you talked about the quick start, but also start of the second half. You guys were very good. What was it about that starting unit that clicked well tonight?
I mean, we knew we had to do something. I mean, we had to. I mean, it's win or go home. We got to do something.
Jalen, obviously, DeLon and Landry inserted into the rotation the last few games, just especially against a team like Indiana that likes to play 10, 11 players and play up-tempo the way they do. Just how much of a boost does it give you to add 2 new guys into the rotation? And then what have you seen from their preparation all year to let you know that they'd be ready for conference finals minutes with the season on the line?
Yeah. I've known DeLon since playing with him in Dallas. I know what he brings to the table regardless. Seeing the way Landry worked all year after getting hurt earlier in the preseason? Yeah, preseason. And then coming back and then not being in the rotation, then jumping into the rotation and being very, very successful. It's a credit to their work ethic, credit to what they do and the professionals that they are. And so got a lot of respect for them. I'm just happy that they came in and did what they did.